Today is the 14th of August, 2021. Less than 2 weeks before the anniversary of Hurricane Dorian, Category 5 hurricane that changed the lives of Abaconians forevermore. I will never see my township of Dunderstown, Murphytown, Marshaba rebuild the way it was in my lifetime. But it's heartbreaking to hear and to see that the Minister of Works, Desmond Bannister, is bragging about a tourist attraction of a bridge in Eleuthera. I wonder if my member of Parliament for North Abaco, Darren Henfield, sat at the table of decision making and voted for a whopping $35 million to have a bridge to attract tourists. That's his Desmond take to impress or try to impress Bahamians. I don't even think he's impressing anybody in Eleuthera. But my question is, did my member of parliament, a minister in this FNM government that sit at the table of decision making, did he voted yes to this bridge? And I asked myself, if Kai Mills was in Darren Henfield's position, would Kai Mills vote yes for a $35 million bridge when we have people in Abaco, government workers, elderly people, Bahamians that lost everything? All the government could think about them is putting them in a dome. You know what $35 million could do for the people that are in a dome? The people that are still in a trailer? The people in Crown Haven that the dock wasn't fixed. I don't know if it's fixed now. The dock between the bridge between Grand Bahama and North Abaco. You know what $35 million could do for the dock in Green Turtle Key? The dock at only government dock in Marshaba for the tourists? Nothing of this has been said. We went through a storm. They didn't even put any money to pick up the garbage off the docks in Marshaba until Kai Mills and the coalition and my sponsor got together and say enough is enough. They didn't even put monies together to mow the airport at the Marshaba International Airport for 3 months until Kai Mills did a video. And today, lo and behold, the airport is being mowed. A little bit too late, the tourists already gone. $35 million. That's what I call contract bandits. But what about the people in Abaco that still haven't got back to any type of normalcy? What about the monies that was allocated for the residents of Abaco by the Bakers Bay membership to rebuild 47 homes? This is supposed to be the biggest story in every newspaper, in any newscast. Where is the people of Abaco monetary funds that was supposed to rebuild 47 homes? Who has the money? where the house is going to be built, whose names is on this list, who is choosing these people, do they know whether these people had a home or not? All these questions should have been answered from November 2019 when the money was allocated. Instead of we having a war crime like they did in The Hague, we need to have a tribunal on a hurricane crime, the crime that is being committed and continue to be committed against the people of Abaco and Grand Bahama, only two islands that being devastated and can't get no answer. And I see a clip come out that the government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is going into Eleuthera and to spend a whopping $35 million on a bridge while their people, while the Bahamian people that paying taxes is still in the dome. Two hurricanes, two storms, one is already in Florida. It's just warming up, and they're coming off the coast of Africa. And the government haven't given us any indication of where these people would go and how long they will be in the dome, how long they will be in the trailers. But the big news is they are spending a whopping $35 million on a bridge to nowhere. We need to know, where is the money to rebuild the 47 home that the money was donated to the government? That's the first mistake. Should not have given it to these thieving politicians, contract bandits. There has to be a tribunal on the crimes that is being committed against the people of Abaco after Hurricane Dorian by this uncaring, heartless, hopeless, senseless, weightless, absolutely good for nothing FNM regime. It's not even a government anymore, it's a regime, long time. Where is the VAT money? What have you spent the VAT money on in 4 years? How much money have you collected in 4 years? All these questions should have been answered, because these are the same questions that y'all, the FNM, was asking of the PLP and called them the biggest thieves and the biggest liars since Ananias and Sapphira. Now, who is the biggest thieves? Who is the biggest liars? When the last hurricane came about, the PLP built over 60 homes and repaired over 300. How many homes have the FNM built after Hurricane Dorian? A worse storm than Jane and Francis. Not one home. And the Prime Minister is on record saying he shall not and he will not build one single home. But where's the news, people? Money was allocated to rebuild 47 homes. That means there is 47 families that didn't have to be suffering so long. My Lord, when will this government find their way? When will they find a heart? When will they find a soul? I understand that they said the next term will be the poor people's time. Well, this time, the poor people went through a hurricane. This time, the poor people didn't get the money from the government to rebuild not one home. But membership of Bakers Bay has given enough money to rebuild 47 homes. The Member of Parliament for North Abaco was on record that the house should have started the end of June. He's talked to the contractor. I'm going to tell you a dealer who the contractor is later, and how he's connected to the FNM, and how the partnership of the ones that are building the low-cost home is connected to Darren Henfield. And how they don't have any work permit, just like how Darren Henfield didn't have any work permit for his office in Dundastown. They're taking us for a ride. But all good things will and shall come to end. Remember Shane Gibson? Y'all laughed and laughed at Shane Gibson. There's going to be a lot of Shane Gibson. I know you guys are going to try hard as you can. Only way you could escape jail for a little while if you guys would have regained power at the polls. But the Bahamian people shall not let it happen. Many you F&Ms, you're stealing so blind and blatantly that you cannot cover your tracks. I did a story today about 5 brand new generators brought in, put at the airport. All 5, they're so greedy, they didn't leave one. One of the generators could power up the airport, but whoever brought them in, they stole all 5 of them from the airport. That is why we're in this dilemma. But this too shall pass. The question is, when will they build the 47 homes to keep people of such suffering? Kai Case, that's why I'm here.